Hi everyone, week 38 and we're going to do some bidding training. we are. And you'll see if you want to go back in our videos, YouTube, you'll see we've already done this several times, and we do offer it to our vendors and our buyers. If you want us to run some training for you, happy to do it. And I think it's something that's really not done at all, and I'm baffled to why, because on average a buyer will only buy at auction twice in their lifetime, and I think that's pretty unfair, and to the point where they're choosing to bring in a so-called buyer's advocate or buyer's agent, whatever you want to call them, that's meant to be a professional, and the only thing that I see is that they professionally underbid and don't buy for their clients, and yet you still have to pay them a fee. So I'm more inclined, and this is me, Brian McManus Real Estate Auctioneer and Real Estate Agent, I'm more inclined to hire one of the agency buyers, agency agents within that office, or if I'm buying a real estate agent, go to your local real estate agent and say, look, have you got any auction experience? And when I say that, hundreds, thousands of auctions is experience. One every 6 months is not experience. So if you don't want to be that person, do that. But be that person is what I'm saying. Be that person, because the chances of you actually buying the property are far higher. And if you just do these simple things, there's only 2 or 3 things that I would suggest. First of all, go online or go to the auction of the auctioneer. At least one, preferably 2 or 3, and listen to their patter and observe. Have a look at the bidders and just see what's going on. So hotels, motels, caravan parks, commercial auctioneering is a little bit different. So obviously it's totally different to stock and station. Stock and station is rapid, and I use Missouri Auction School as one of my trainers. I used to use Tony Fountain while he was alive. Awesome auctioneer. Most fun I've ever had is flying to Melbourne and doing his beginners and intermediate and advanced auction training schools, and yeah, it was just awesome, because I rate him as probably the premier Australasian auctioneer. Tens of thousands of auctions he did, but kept it basic and focused on vendors selling and buyers buying. So he was never focused on his call, as good as he was, and there's only a few auctioneers I put in the same category as him, that can slow an auction down to achieve the result of selling the property, not caught up in their own ego. So what we're going to do, bidding. So I've got a little bidding card here. Now, you'll have paddles, you'll have fancy stuff. I'm old school. I'm wink, nudge, flick of the eye, scratch of the ear. That's my background. It is old, but boy, we sell sold a lot of properties to those guys scratching their ear, and that's their bid. It's not bogus. That's a bid, bang, sold it down to them. Now, resi guys use bit of paddles and fancy things, cards. How do you use it? There's no instructions on the damn things. How do you use one? So, first of all, you're about to buy a $10 million motel, $5 million terrace in Paddington, $500,000 apartment, whatever it is you're buying, you're spending an enormous amount of money. So why wouldn't you do a little bit of research and training? So what I suggest, and this is what we offer anyway, we have buyers bidding training, we have vendors bidding training, and any clients selling, I can do one-on-ones online and just run through a call. So you get familiar, and you'll see with my videos in YouTube, I've got even my training videos there. So that's me training so that you're used to my call. My call is totally different to any other auctioneer out there, and the same with them. Their calls are so much different to mine. But it's important that you know my pattern. Now the next thing is meeting the auctioneer face to face, or at least online, and talking about your situation. That's pretty important. If you can talk to them and say, you know, we want to buy it because of, you know, and build a relationship with your auctioneer, because if he's got 5, 10 or 20 auctions to call in rooms, it's those personal contacts that he'll spend a bit more time with. That's subliminal, and it's true. And amazingly, the ones that, if I went back in time, the ones that had contacted me, built a rapport, it's amazing how many of those ended up buying. No idea why. Right, so let's say you've done a bit of training, you've listened to your auctioneer's patter, and you now have a bidding card with no instructions. And I'll reinforce that you're more likely to succeed if you do it yourself. I'll say that again. You're more likely to succeed at buying the property. You've spent money on building and pests and mortgage brokers and what have you. Solicitors looking at contracts. So you're more likely to successfully buy the property if you do it yourself. Very rarely do buyers, advocates or representatives end up buying because they have no buy-in. That's my personal experience. I think if you spoke to a lot of auctioneers that have got, you know, 20, 30, 40 years worth of experience, they would say the same thing. Okay, so we're at the auction. How do you use this thing? First of all, get a seat near the auctioneer, because they might have spotters in the room. A spotter is a secondary bid identifier, but the auctioneer will have moved on by the time the spotter's bid comes in. Okay, the auctioneer's bid is final, so he will take the bid that he sees before he will take a secondary bid from his bidder as spotter, if he needs a spotter, if he's not confident. Okay, so commercial auctions, you don't need these things. You don't have to register. I'm not an advocate of them. If I have to rely on you putting up a paddle or a number, and I can't see your bid, I don't think I should be calling auctions. Anyway, we're going to move along. So I'm going to just go through the end of the spiel that will have happened, and it happens in commercial and residential. One bid only may be made on behalf of the seller by the auctioneer, or when making a bid on behalf of the seller, the auctioneer must clearly state that the bid was made on behalf of the seller. Bidding by a co-owner or executor must be identified in the auction conditions. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the introduction. We'll now move straight on to the property as we have. We have 123 Smith Street at Toyota Land, and it happens to be such and such 4 bedrooms, sea views, 40 units, whatever it is, motel. Ladies and gentlemen, looking for an opening bidder offer. Opening bidder offer. We'll start at 500,000, and that's when you put your card up. You just clearly put it up and wait for them to point. And I have a gavel. I always use my gavel. So I'll go like that. I have 500,000, looking for a bid of 550. At the moment I'm bidding against myself, so I'm stating the obvious. 550 I have. And I point it at the bidding card. 550 I have. Now, let's say you're confused. Let's just pause the auction. So you've bid once. You've either bid at 500 or 550. So a very good auctioneer will state the bid, nominate the rise. The bid is at 500, looking for 550. So that's the rise. 550 I have, looking for 600. That's the rise. Now, your bidding card, your bidding paddle, whatever it is, has a number on it. So that is always the bid. Now you want to stop the auction. Some auctioneers will do it, some won't. I will if it's bona fide. If it's just somebody that's trying to stifle the auctioneer or control the auctioneer, I'll refuse it. Turn your bidding card over. I have a question. I'm quite happy because I'm an auctioneer that has control and I have time. How can I help you? Bidder number 16. How can I help you if I know the bidder? If you have the rapport, yes, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, how can I help you? Just checking where the bid's at. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the bid is against you. It's with number 18 behind you. So it is against you at 550. We are at 550 with bidder number 18 behind you. We're seeking a bid of 600. Thank you, Mr. Auctioneer. 600. Okay? So without the number, it's purely you want to talk to the auctioneer. With the number, it's a bid. Is that universal? No. Is that generally known? Yes. If the auctioneer is trained by somebody, or a school, or a continual education, yeah. Go to the auctioneer if you don't know them, if you haven't done your research, and just see what they'll do. You will have seen it online. So, bid, question. Okay, so we're in the call, blah, blah, blah. We're getting close, down to the last couple of bidders. $1 million, looking for $1,050,000. We have $1 million with number 18, looking for $1,050,000. $1,050,000 we have, looking for 1.05 we have, looking for 1. First call at 105, second call at 105, the bidders with bidder number 16, third and final call 105. Are you all said and done? Sold. What did I do? I held, when I knew the bid was with me, I held my bid up. You're being quite forceful. You're letting the auctioneer know that you're in control of this bid. You are the top bidder, and he's more likely to hammer it down to you. Why, I don't know. That's just the way it is. So, just a couple of simple points. Talk to your auctioneer before the auction. You've spent money with solicitors and building inspectors. Spend some time with the auctioneer. Go and meet him. Go and have a coffee with the auctioneer. Ask him is there anything that you can do to help secure the property? Sit at the front. He'll say it. People sit down the back and they miss 2 bids by being down there, because it takes your eye away. If I've got 3 bidders down the front, I'm going bang, 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 because I don't need to look down the back. I've already got bidders here. Feel free to, in rooms, to move forward. When an auction is called and sold, people will vacate seats. Get in there. Get up the front, first 2 seats. And while the auctioneer's going through his patter, so there'll be a contract and there'll be patter. Sometimes they read it out first, sometimes they read it out every one. It's going through his patter. Feel free to say, oh, Mr. McManus, I'll be a bidder today on this property. There's nothing wrong with that. Mr. McManus, I'll be bidding on this property today. He knows where to look then. You're making it more likely that you're going to own this property, and that's what it's all about. Bid early, bid early, bid early, bid early. Come to me, what can I do? Bid early. Let the auctioneer, train the auctioneer to look at you. Looking for an opening bid, ladies and gentlemen. You know what it's going to sell for, roughly. You know what your budget is. Go a bit below that and go 10 million, 5 million, 500,000, opening bid of 500,000. There's nothing wrong with bidding several times. The people that hold back generally miss out. If you hold back, think, oh, well, I won't bid until it's announced on the market, you'll miss out, because I don't announce it's on the market when we go through the reserve. A lot of auctioneers are the same. We've got momentum in the auction. We've gone through the reserve. I'm not announcing it's on the market. So you'll miss out. So get that thing up. And if it's a commercial, get your hand up. Don't be scared. Have a go. It's fun. That's what it's about. So hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, there's a few things there. Feel free to use them, feel free not to. But it's just, we don't spend enough time with the buyers and bidders at the auction. I think we should. We should be more approachable, whether it's the selling agent or the auctioneer. Feel free to call them and say, right, you know, I've looked at the property. I want to have a meeting with you about buying at the auction. You've lost nothing by doing it. It's free. It's a free service by the auctioneer. It's a free service by the agent. And have fun. Go out there, buy yourself some properties this spring and summer. It's going to be a great auction season. I can see that all the way through to April next year. Have a wonderful time. Love to help you. Love to help you sell. Love to help you buy. Brian, 040 297 0217, Brian at brianmcmanusrealestate.com. Talk to you soon.